Hey guys, and welcome to another episode where I take you on a journey to a random Finnish city. Today it's Lahti, and I think that among all the cities in this series, the story of Lahti is the most inspiring. During my research for this video, I found that people often perceive Lahti as the most criminal city in Finland. And it makes me sad because its reputation as a crime city is nothing more than just a bubble created by the media. But this false accusation overshadows the impressive achievements and incredible transformation Lahti has made in recent years. After visiting the city, I'm ready to break down these misconceptions and show you what really makes Lahti special. So this is a story of a city that has come a long way from the most polluted industrial town to the greenest city in Finland, and about its people who were responsible and determined to change the fate of their home. And I think their story deserves to be heard. Lahti is a city in southern Finland, just 1 hour away from Helsinki. It is located on a bay of Lake Vesijärvi, and the Finnish word Lahti literally means bay. With a population of 120,000 people, it's the 9th largest city in Finland. It is famous for its winter sports events and has the largest ski center in southern Finland. Being located in the south, the climate here is affected by its closeness to the Baltic Sea. Summers are typically warm and pleasant, with temperatures ranging from 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. Winters, on the other hand, are cold and snowy, but as a result of the climate change, winters are becoming more and more mild. To better understand what is happening in Lahti now and why, we need to take a peek into its past. I'll try to keep it short and interesting. It is known that the Lahti region has been inhabited for at least 9,000 years, making it one of the oldest known settlements in Finland. Up to the end of the 19th century, Lahti existed as a small village, and by small I mean that approximately only 20 houses were there. This changed with the opening of the railway line in 1870, which turned Lahti into a lively station attracting factories and other industries. Because of the railway, the village began to grow and develop rapidly. However, 7 years later, the entire village had been destroyed in a big fire. The accident, though, led to the decision of authorities to establish a town on a place of burned village. I think the fact that the whole city was built during the last century, when we stepped into the era of functionalism, is the reason why its architecture is kinda dull, and you won't see beautiful old buildings here like in most European towns. But anyway, that's not the main charm of Lahti, so let's move forward. In the first half of the 20th century, Lahti became known as a town of carpenters and furniture factories. The job opportunity attracted people from the countryside, and the town continued to grow. The most significant growth in population happened after the Second World War, when many people moved to Lahti from the territories occupied by the USSR. The growth in population stopped with the first recession caused by the oil crisis in the mid-70s. The factories began to make their operations more efficient, and so they didn't need more employees. The new crisis in Finland in the 90s caused economic challenges in Lahti. It led to massive job losses. Unemployment reached up to 27%. Many families struggled to make ends meet. Increased unemployment led to poverty and caused many social issues, including the rise of gun culture and crime. It left a lasting impact on the community. However, the situation today is much better. The state made important investments for Lahti, and over the time, the city has built a more resilient and diverse economy and improved the quality of life for its residents. Today, the unemployment rate in Lahti is not much different from other big cities. though it still remains one of the highest in Finland, mainly because the people's work skills or education do not match the current needs of the region. And despite high unemployment, at the same time, the city also has a serious labor shortage. As for Lahti's reputation as a crime city, today it's mostly exaggerated. According to the police, compared to other big cities and relative to the number of inhabitants, Lahti is one of the safest. For example, more crimes against life and health are committed in Helsinki, Turku or Vantaa than in Lahti. And let's face the truth, since Finland is one of the safest countries in the world, by most countries' standards, the crime rate in Lahti would be considered pretty low or even close to non-existent. So now as we know the background and past of Lahti, let's move to the most impressive story around it. After decades of industrial burden, eventually Lahti was left with lots of environmental issues. The most catastrophic impact has been made on the lake Vesijärvi. Today it's hard to imagine, but in the 70s Vesijärvi was the most polluted lake in the country. It was a result of industrial waste and sewage being directly discharged into the lake. Quote, "Not a single person would have gone for a swim in the lake in the 70s. People didn't want to talk about the state of the lake. It was filled with rubbish, algae and seaweed. You could have walked on the lake, that's how bad it was. Fishermen would set their boats to sail from Lahti's port, eager to reach clear waters and leave behind the stench of sulfur." End of quote. Something had to be done about it, and so Lahti decided to turn its problems into opportunities. It was quickly realized that solving environmental issues required research, and research attracts investments. Many local politicians supported this idea, and Lahti got funding to protect and study Lake Vesijärvi. Investments were also made to raise environmental awareness among residents. This in turn brought even more politicians that took environmental matters seriously. And that's how the project of cleaning the lake began. Restoration works continued for decades. Many innovative approaches were applied. The focus was not only on cleaning the lake, but also on preventing further pollution and ensuring long-term environmental sustainability of the city. The chosen strategy was effective, and slowly the wound left by the industrial past was healed. Following this path, Lahti became a leader in creative environmental solutions. In 2021, the city was named the Green Capital of Europe. Today, their goal is to become fully carbon neutral and to reach nature positivity, which means creating more benefits for nature than harm. And it's not just an ambitious goal, it looks like they'll actually achieve this by next year. When you think of an eco-friendly city, you probably imagine vertical gardens and high-tech transport. Lahti is far from that image. In fact, it's an ordinary city with typical identical buildings and wide streets. But I already said it before, best solutions do not need to be fancy. In Lahti they are implemented in town planning, starting from proper infrastructure for biking and public transportation to energy-efficient homes and effective waste recycling. Speaking of which, more than 99% of Lahti's waste is utilized. 1/3 of the waste is recycled and the other 2/3 are used to produce energy. Lahti is a story of success and an example that we can and we must fix mistakes from our past. Today, Lahti is a great place to live a healthy life, both close to nature and with all the comforts of modern civilization. Surrounded by forests and lakes, the city offers abundant opportunities for outdoor activities, like hiking, biking, swimming, and much more. And the residents of Lahti take full advantage of this all year round. I think a perfect way to end this video would be to take you to the park in the heart of Lahti. Here you'll find 12 statues that have a huge symbolic meaning. The statues are made of concrete imitating natural materials, such as stone, branches, and ice. The concept is called life in Finnish forests, and the statues represent the relationship between man and nature. They remind us of who we are, where we came from, and where we belong. I find the whole concept so powerful. As humans, we are meant to exist in harmony with nature. But running away to a remote place is not a solution for everyone. So we have to find ways to adapt our cities to coexist with the natural world. And Lahti stands as a testament to what can be achieved when a city prioritizes both environmental responsibility and quality of life.